Welcome to Vertical Football, and this is the five things we learned. Yeah, this is Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. Yeah. At last, this club found a way to pick up a point, and it's very terrible in the sense that I just felt after the match, I just felt what it means to pick up 1 point in 7 matches, and it really struck me deep, and it's like it's pinching a hole in your eyes, like, wake up, what's going on, wake up, what's going on. Like, 1 point in 7 matches, 1 point. But we'll not get carried away by that. On one part, I'm happy that we can even get away from that 48 points, because it's over like 7 weeks now that we have been at 48 points, and we are struggling to just add something to 48 points. Yeah, so I think I'm happy about that part, but still, yeah, it is just a reality check of this is where you are. This is where you are. But we'll talk about this match and not just go into the grandeur thing. Let's just analyze this match, and then we'll keep on doing that till the end of the season. Yeah, so I think for the match, we didn't start out well. I think Liverpool started out well, and they played the match into something like the 20th minute. They dropped momentum also, and then we took charge of the match. We started creating waves of attack, but it wasn't. There were some high quality chances there, majorly in Cucurella taking the fifth man running into their defense and running in behind the defenders, trying to take shot to the keeper or make out square plays, but nothing was coming out of it until the Enzo Fernandez free kick that went in. I think we were the better side from like the 25th minute till the end of the first half, and then coming into the second half, I think we kind of like started out normal, average, but I think Liverpool were the dominant side in the second half. They shifted us into our own box. We defended well, but there were some chances that Liverpool also could have taken, and also we had some moments up front, but we were not so much clinical about it. But there was, in the second half, I think the both team were just on the average level, nothing exceptional, nothing special. It was just more of, I get the ball, I kick it around, I don't create anything up front. Chelsea gets the ball, we go try to pass it around, we didn't create anything up front, and it's just a back and forth of the two teams doing the same thing. Yeah, so let's analyze this match. Let's look at things that went well, let's look at things that we could have done better in, and things that we were really terrible at in this particular match. So the first thing for me, I think it was the press structure in the first. Was he only in the first half? Throughout the entire match, I think I didn't like the press structure. It was there was no actual structure in the press. You can't look at us pressing, even when it was passive. You can see a 5-4-1. Sometimes you can see a 4-4-2 that was shifting into a 4-5-1, 5-4-1 also, but you can't really see what we are trying to do. Are we trying to just hold the space and not allow them come? Because we did more like, it was more like an individual press. Oh, the ball has gone on this side. Joao Pedro initiates a press, and then you're not seeing movement from the other guys. So it's more like it's just an individual instinct for somebody to initiate the press, and the others are like, is it the time to go? Are we supposed to stay? There was no unit press. We were not pressing as a team, because you look at it in contrast to what Liverpool did. Whenever you see Szoboszlai make that chase, you are seeing somebody like Gakpo, you are seeing somebody like Frimpong, they are joining in to close up that front yard. Then we cannot have something to do than to like either play the ball away, or maybe with the passing ability of Levi Kowi, we might beat the press. But at least you can see that there is something there. They are trying to do something during that pressing time. But for Chelsea, I think there was no structure about it. It was just an instinct. Kopama, the boy is on this side. Kopama takes a chase, and then he's looking at his back. Nobody's doing anything after that. It's just like an individual instinct. I want to go and press, but is it like a collective? You only press. I think the most effective press are the collective press. When we know, when I chase this guy, you are covering this place, you are covering this place, and what's the aim? Whether we want to steal the ball and use it in transition, or we want them to go long so that we can get the ball and start playing it to them again. So I think I had issues with the press. I think the press was not good enough for me. I know we are in a very terrible situation, but there are some things that should not go away. And we have said this 10 times without number. No, he speaks about where the club is at, because if Chelsea has a standard, irrespective of what is going on, the standard should be the baseline. We should not be going below that thing. So I think the press was not good enough for me. I didn't like what I see when it comes to the press. And another thing is the first goal. I think that first goal was avoidable in all honesty, and there are plenty factors to that. Kopama stayed as the fifth man in the defense, and somebody like Malo Gusto took his back, and there was João Pedro holding this left-hand side or the outside. If Rio wants to go out, like come on the inside part of the pitch. So one thing that I saw with that particular goal was when he got the ball, Kopama was the man marking. Malo Gusto was the guy covering him in behind, because if he beats him, then he has somebody to like beat next again. So that part was perfect. João Pedro holding this side, I think he was not, I don't want to blame him, but my major point is there was no coverage for the zone 14. And why I'm saying this is when you have a winger with the ball, if you are thinking right, you have to be thinking in variations like, okay, now what is the option for this winger? What's he trying to do? Is he trying to go out wide? Now, if he's trying to go to the byline rather, now you have somebody like Kopama and you have somebody like Malo Gusto. Those two guys have cancelled that option for the boy. Now the next option is, if he's not going there, what's the next thing he can do? Oh, he can make a cutback and make cross. João Pedro is already blocking his right foot. Now that's another part that we have worked well. The last part, which I feel like is something that they are supposed to be thinking about, is a cutback. And when you're having a cutback, that's why I think Moises Caicedo is the person to blame in that part. You need, because you are the six, you need to be in that space where you are covering the defense, not standing on the same line with the defense. So that goal for me, I think it was avoidable. Yeah, it was very, very much avoidable because we afforded him too much space. When the pass came in, if there was a blockage for the zone 14, we have our line of defense. You need to have that line, which is the screen for the defense. There was nothing like that. It was just a straight line. Everybody, I think we were more focused on, we don't want Liverpool to make crosses. Yeah, I think that was the major focus. We didn't want Liverpool to make crosses. So everybody was standing to defend that part. What about the other options? So for me, I believe that goal was avoidable. It's just be there. You are the screen. Make sure you are there. Either you might not get the ball, but at least the distance was just a distance of maybe 1 point something seconds. Control the ball and it takes it direct. If somebody was there, the option changes or the dynamics changes. Is either going to try to find a pass or hold the ball and try to reshuffle it to the other side. So that goal for me was avoidable. Yeah, so one of the positives that I saw in the match, I would say, is the presence of Levi Colwill. Yeah, I think it's something that we have been clamoring for a very long period of time. Off the ball, the presence is one thing that I love so much. And I was speaking to my friend when we were watching the match. That thing really moved me. And I don't know, I felt emotional about it. Like, this is it. Not the best level, but you can see it that if this is his first time playing football in a very long period of time, though he played in the under 21 or the academy to just get his recruitment, his recovery process right. But you know, you need that figure where when he goes on to make a tackle, as soon as he's making the tackle, he's looking back, he's not seeing the right shape. He's calling people to come and take those shapes. He's calling people to come and take the position. He's like, those are one of the things that you are looking for in Tosin. Like, okay, now Tosin is that guy who has the leader figure and commands respect from the boys, but he's not available on the pitch. So that thing is lost already. But with Levi Colwill, one thing I'm very much happy is that he's doing his job and he's also creating the standard for the other people to do their job. You can see that there was no so much mistake from Fofana. And if you compare, comparison is bad, but you just have to do it in this case. If you compare to the partnership that we have been having in the back line, you always want to ask yourself that question, that who is the leader in this back line? But today, you can attest to it, I can attest to it, that it was obvious that Levi Colwill was the leader in the back line. When he makes a tackle, you can see the passion there, and then he's looking next. you do the like organization. You need that, and we have missed that so much. So I picked that particular thing as a positive, and I hope, because I was seeing him limping again at one point, I hope he can stay fit, and maybe going into the final we still have something to just boost us. And this is not from an optimistic point of view, it's just, let's look at the reality. You want to get your best squad to get into important matches. Yeah, so one thing I want to also discuss is the defensive approach. I liked it, but I have an issue with it. Yeah, when you're defending as a team, what's your reason for defending? And that question is a very big question to always ask yourself. When you hold, and I'm speaking about the second half, when you're holding the back line, like, okay, now we are making this place compact, we are defending, actual defending. What's your plan? Are you defending to just get the ball out and make sure they are bringing the pressure to you? Because what I saw when we were defending so much in the second half was just to make sure that Liverpool don't score. But when you are defending as a club of Chelsea's level, I know we have dropped in so many parts because we need to start putting that as something that, okay, that's a reminder. You are not in that level that you think you used to be anymore. But when you are defending from the Chelsea's level, you need to have a plan behind it. If you are, what's your attacking plan? There was no attacking plan. The base structure was just defend, kick the ball out. So when you get the ball, shift it to one side, carry them out of your space, let them win the ball again, then go back and go and defend. I don't think I really enjoyed that, in all honesty. As much as it seems like I'm asking of too much, but there are some level that when you start seeing, you don't want things in your club. When you are defending, you need to be having things in your box like, okay, do we want to defend and counter attack? So, okay, when they play this ball into this place, when we get it, you're having one player, maybe Skopama or Joao Pedro, who you are looking for to get the pass to, and then you shift it up front to go and do something with it. Or you are baiting them to come into a particular zone, get the ball, it on transition. What is the plan? So I think I didn't like the defensive approach. It's contradictory. As much as I liked that he saved us from conceding goals, I feel like that element of what do you do now when you get the ball should be something that we should factor into the decision of going defensively. And lastly, I think we need to talk about the Malo Gusto's wing. That's the right wing. I expected so much, in all honesty, because it's Rio playing on that part. The boy is good. He can become better, but you need to be playing games with that boy. He's still very young. You need to make sure like you are the one in charge of the game. I think Malo Gusto marked him like a senior brother. Oh, I don't want to be too hard on you. I don't want to. I just enjoy your game, but I'll be there to know that I'm marking you, but you can just enjoy your. You don't want to do that. It's a weak spot for them. In my book, that spot is a weak spot for them because the boy is young. He does not have as much power as you have. Though he's skillful, he can do something with the ball. But if you go in deep and give him from the first instant that this is not going to be an easy match, you will change his mindset. Because he's still young, you will put some level of fear in him where he will not be able to operate so much, and you will take dominance of that part. But I think Malo Gusto was too soft on him, and then he gets to a point where, because he's too cautious of the boy, when he gets the ball, there is some part of him that does not want to go front and do something with the ball. And because of the way we play, we are playing in a 3-2-5 or sometimes 3-4-3. Sometimes we are moving in like a 3-2-3-1 or 3-2-4-1. It's just a variation, but it was static. So his own viewpoint was just, when I get the ball, I'll just shift out there. If I lose it, I'll try and block the ball. Something. It was too cautious. He was too cautious. You need to be instinctive in those kind of position where you know, okay, this part is a loophole. Let me do something with it. Let me get the ball. Let me make the best out of this position. And with the combination of Kopama, you can have rotations. You can be moving around. Let Kopama go out wide. You taking into that space. Dude. But these are my overall thought about the match. I think there are a whole lot of things that we will see that you would have seen that I did not see in that match. But I take the 1 point, in all honesty. I take the 1 point. You want You just want something positive that you can hold on to. And I think I take the 1 point for a positive, but we should build on this. Look at things that we did not do right. Try to get better on it. And there should be standard in this club. You can't just be falling really deep. Where's your anchor? What's that place that you know when we are touching this is disaster. I think we are going below disaster. I don't know what word is behind disaster, but we are going deep. So I'll stop here, guys. These are my thoughts about this match. Please put it in the comment section. What do you think about the match? What's your feeling? Are you happy? Are you going to take the positive, or you still feel like those things that did not work right really angered you in this match? So put it in the comment section. Let's discuss about it. This is brought to you by Vertical Football. Till we see you some other time. Namaste.